friends. I kind of missed the August garden tour. Life just got far too busy. But I thought it would be a nice time to do it now. It's kind of just turning into autumn, end of summer. I wanted to just kind of like go through the garden and think like what was successful, what did not go well this year, and plans for next year. So yeah, let's just start a little tour and I can show you what it's all looking like. You kind of missed I guess if you got a July one, you missed the height of everything being super flowery in August, but there's still quite a lot going on. So this is the garage bed. The thistles have, well, this thistle hasn't put out any more flowers, but the other two have. Let me go round. Oh, sunshine. I'll turn this way and then it might not be so bad. Yeah, so like he's put out some. And this one has. I'm not sure why that one hasn't. Maybe he's in the water gully and he doesn't like it. But yeah, look how fluffy they are. The bees are loving them anyway, even though it's got a lot colder now. But yeah, my hydrangeas are mostly turned to pink now. My geraniums are looking fabulous. Although this one got a bit of powdery mildew. This will be a theme throughout this video. The powdery mildew curse. And yeah, my astrantia, I deadheaded them and they've just started coming up with new flowers, which kind of match the other pink a little bit. So it's all very pink, very nice. Got the little erigeron daisies. This is a weed, but I'm just curious what it is, so I was just leaving it. As you do. The salvia is mostly finished now, but it still kind of adds a bit of purpley colour. But yeah, this bed is looking very nice. And the geraniums look fabulous when they're like in the sunshine, but we've just missed the sun. So they're looking very blue, actually. Ooh, and now I'm blind. So, successes. Oh, look, it's me. Successes or failures, even. Built the chimenea. It wasn't me. My partner's built the chimenea. And it looks lovely next to the ivy. And as you can see, I've got some cyclamen, which I'm going to plant very soon once the cosmos is out, because it's looking pretty sad. But yeah, this is my red thyme. When I planted it, it was like about here, like it was just a circle in the middle, and it's just creeping red thyme doing its creepiness. Oh look, this is a little spiky plant my mum bought from home. Super cute. And then I bought this just the other day in the shop. It's like a gorgeous like reddish pink heather. So that's gonna go into this pot. This pot was a dahlia, but as you can see, I've snipped it off. So that one literally got powdery mildew to the point that it died. It was so bad. I don't know if you can see, the sun's just come out, which isn't ideal. This also has got loads of powdery mildew and it really kind of decimated it, and I didn't get as many flowers on it as I wanted. This one has been insanely amazing. And I have been battling the powdery mildew on it. You can kind of see it on some of the leaves, like that's the like white stuff. It's there, and I've been snipping it off. I need to do a bit of deadheading of the ones that have just lost their petals today. But this one, I mean, it's just been fabulous. So success for one dahlia, very sad other dahlia. Although when it was flowering, it was gorgeous. It was like orangey pink. This is my pink plum sedum. I think it looks fabulous in its little pot, so I'm really happy with that. But yeah, onto the actual garden. Things that haven't gone great. This rose is doing okay. It's got a really big cane. It's just finished its final flowers, but as you can see, I've defoliated a lot of it because it got rust. But I'm hoping next year it will just put out some new strong canes, so that'll be fine. Need to do deadheading on these daisies. Some of them it's like, like those are like clearly finished, but then these ones have just been munched by slugs or snails, I'm not sure. But yeah, successes, things I loved my lavender, which is now, this is the thing, it's like mostly ready to be chopped, but then we've got new growth as well, and I'm like, I don't want to chop all of it off, but I do really want to give it a haircut before winter. But yeah, I loved having the lavender next to the paths. The herb bed has just been insanely fabulous. This is my rosemary, sage, all this stuff. I mean, the bees have just forever been covering the herb bed. Like a little bit of hyssop left. This rose is just finished. Yeah, there's like one down there on the floor. So you can see the new like red growth coming, but that rose was a lot smaller. Hasn't grown much this year, which is intriguing. Maybe I'm gonna start on this side. The catmints were good. Definitely recommend, given that they were planted this year and this is how big they got. I gave that one a little trim. Probably might have got more flowers if I'd kind of deadheaded them a bit more, but whatever. This was an Erigeron daisy, and then you can see that a cat decided to sit here, probably because of the catmint. This penstemon I put in really late. I don't know if it was in the last tour. I bought it in a little 9cm pot. It was probably only like a couple of these stems, and then that's it at the end of the year. It's grown massive. My Strantia was massive. This flower is nearly finished now, looking a bit sad. I've got some garlic chives behind it though. Then this honeysuckle is doing really well now, climbing super loads. Got the second kind of flush of purple on these salvias. I did deadhead them, cut them all the way back, and then they've come back again. And then I've planted just recently 3 Mai Tai geums that are going to be like a peachy colour. So in spring, hopefully I'll have some like peach over here, which will be nice. Got some red berries on my, other honeysuckle. And then the cosmos. So the cosmos looked fabulous at one point, but it got powdery mildew. So you can see this one doesn't have powdery mildew, it's quite green. And then this one is like all grey on the leaves. I haven't done deadheading in a while either. This one got powdery mildew, and it also, you can see I've got a cane because it snapped a little bit in the wind. But honestly, I mean, it survived like after that storm a good like 6 weeks. It's really only in the last week or two that they've started looking a bit sad. So this is where I'm thinking of pulling them out pretty soon and planting the cyclamen in, because I think that will look really pretty over here. But I've got the foxgloves in. They were just tiny little plants. They're looking good, so they will flower some there as well. They'll flower next spring, so that'll be really pretty. And I've also just been shaking some seeds from some of the foxgloves out the back gate. So I'm hoping some more baby foxgloves will come along around the back of here as well. Got some hellebores in. I wanted to put more hellebores there where the cyclamen are going to go, but turns out they're bloody expensive. So, you know, maybe not. What kind of bird is that? I think it might be a robin. I just weeded this today and planted some bluebell bulbs in, and you can see I've had to put slug pellets down because it's the hostas. The slugs just go for them, and I hadn't had any damage yet on my June hostas until very recently. So I'm just going to do 1 load of pellets just to try and let them survive until next year at least. These tiarellas, I mean, it's just insane. I planted some of these things, these ones and these ones over here at the front. I mean, they were like 9cm little tiny pots. They've just done amazingly. And the rhubarb. But yeah, this is the area where I planted some primroses from my mum that also happened to have some wild strawberries in, and the wild strawberries are now everywhere. But I've been letting them go, so I want them to spread along, and I'll just pull out ones that I don't want. So that's cool. Wow. New growth on the roses, so it put out some really massive chunky stems. You can see them in the middle of the year, and I pulled them over, and it flowered on it, and then now they've finished flowering and they're putting out even bigger stems, which I'm going to pull to the left more, I think. But the only thing is that they're all over there, and then there is some new growth on this side, but it's not as much, not as many strong. Hopefully we'll see how it goes. Maybe there'll be some new stems that come from the ground next spring. So this one, weirdly, this catmint, which I've cut really back to the ground basically, that also got powdery mildew. It's been really strange which things have suffered from it. Like, I wasn't expecting cosmos to get it. I really didn't expect the catmint to get it, because none of the catmint over there got powdery mildew, so that was strange. But yeah, these verbena were from tiny plug plants, like just 2-inch plug plants, and I planted them really late, so I'm actually really happy that they've come up at all, to be honest, and I'm hoping they're going to self-seed a bit at the back. But I really like them. They just give a little bit of like spikiness. This is the main, I wouldn't call it a failure, thing to do different next year. I am going to move this entire row of the Gaura, I think that's how you say it, the white flowers. I'm going to swap them with the dahlias because they like the plant label. I've never seen what they look like before, you see, but the plant label said they were both roughly the same height. And honestly, they kind of were at the start. Like at the start, the dahlias were like more up here. But obviously, as time goes on and they get like less and less energy as it gets colder, they get a bit shorter. And like every time I've sort of deadheaded them and cut back their main stems, they've got a bit shorter, whereas these have just got taller and taller. And I think also like the dahlia stems are really like, well, usually they're really long and kind of like see-through, so I think it would work better to have the like strip of white at the back, and then even if the dahlias do end up being a bit tall, they're on kind of like really long spindly stems, so you can still see through them. So I'm going to move those next year, which will be fine. I guess talking of successes, these Persicaria, these little mat plants that I think when I filmed a tour near the start, so I've got them over here as well. They were also 9cm plants, and I think I said like, oh, it might take a couple of years for them to fill in. So I've got 3 over here and 3 over there. Well, it took 1 year for them to fill in. So they have just spread everywhere as a whole mat, and then next year they'll flower from like that whole area, not just from the center where I planted them. So that's going to be awesome. My little rose is still going, still putting out new buds. I wish he was further forwards, but I don't want to move him again because he got moved from the front garden and lost a lot of root, and I just want to leave him be. So he'll just have to stay. Got my echinacea. Wow, it's so bright. Even on this phone, which kind of does colours, it doesn't make colours overly bright. They just look so bright. Maybe now the sun is going. This one's done quite well. At one point I just thought it was going to be one flower and that was going to be it for the year. But it's put loads out. It's got new buds and everything. And then my sour grapes penstemon, this blue one, that was also a really cheap garden centre buy for like £4. It was like 9 centimetres. It just had like 3 or 4 stems. It took ages for it to flower, but it got there. And that's the one thing I've had to like tie string around to support it quite a lot. So it's kind of all fallen over a bit. But yeah, it's fine. The winter jasmine I've trained, ooh, sorry, I'm in the shadow. I just got a couple more bits to tie in, but the training of that into a fan shape is going really well. I am very happy with that. And my giant rose put out 2 giant stems, and then it's just this new stem coming up is really new. So he's happy, just very tall, but I knew that was a tall rose, so that's okay. What next? So this is my pink hot lips that I thought was dead at the start of the year, and there was like, it was just a brown stick, there was absolutely nothing on it. It's now about 1 meter wide, completely like taking over the daisies that were in front of it, you know, but I don't care because it looks fabulous and it smells fabulous. So yeah, got a bit of verbena behind there. And then this is my climbing jasmine. He's got a really tall one going all the way up. That needs tying in, but it's been really hard to reach it, so I just kind of figured I'll just wait until autumn to tie it in a bit better into a fan shape. But yeah, it's doing okay. Salvias, I put this scabious in. Need to do some deadheading, but yeah, put that one in later in the year. That was put in with those daisies that are also finished now. Oh god, the sun. This is my amethyst hot lips, purple, beautiful. See, there was some daisies under here at some point. But again, that one has just spread massively. So this corner gets hit by the wind coming from the right a lot, so everything's kind of blown that way. Got some nice nausea, if it will focus. Yeah, the bees still happy, still liking them. This verbena I think is one of the highlights of the year. It was just, when it was full bloom, really pale purple, it was magical. Kind of like how bright those ones are. But he got a bit battered in the storm as well. Osteospermum down here. My chamomile, never flowered. It's a bit brown. And I could never figure out if it wanted more water or less water. I don't know. It didn't flower, and I'm probably going to just take it out because the herbs are filling in and it's just not needed, you know. So that's a fail. There is a geum under there, but this is the thing. So all of these salvias that are currently absolutely massive, they die back down really small, if not to the ground, basically in winter. So things like my my geum there that comes out in spring, he won't be like squished. There'll be plenty of room for him. It's not until later that all of this stuff comes out. I don't want my shadow in the video. I don't want to see my body. What is this? So yeah, we went through the herb bed. I let them flower, and then I gave all my thymes a really good trim. There's one you're like, where are you going, Emily? He's in there somewhere. My silver thyme, beautiful. But yeah, they'll do better in spring when they're not drowning. But it's end of summer. Everything is supposed to be big and messy, and that's fine. So yeah, we did this side. My favorite Astrantia, super pretty. Get it in focus. But yeah, I'm glad I added in the penstemon. We needed a bit of bright color over here. I'm glad I tried the cosmos, even though they wanted full sun. Maybe full sun they wouldn't have got the powdery mildew. So, you know, who knows? Maybe they would have done better, but I still had a really nice display for a long time. I mean, that one's still, I'm not pulling that out yet, you know. I might pull the others out, but not that one. So yeah, that's the garden. Rhubarb looking giant. I would say the biggest failures were the powdery mildew destroying my cosmos and my dahlias. It's been so hard to keep on top of it on my pink dahlia, and the other one obviously just died. Failure, it's not really a failure, but that, yeah, these aren't in the right place height wise. Otherwise, I don't know really. Like, successes probably is just how well everything's grown. I guess both the hot lips are a bit big for where they are, and they kind of drowning stuff at the front in the late summer, so that's a bit of a fail. But come spring, because I planted this like Erigeron quite late in June, but now that it's planted, maybe it will flower a lot earlier in spring, and it can kind of fill the gap before the hot lips fills in. So, you know, there's plenty of space for them to coexist, maybe. The lighting is not good for this video, I'm really sorry. I thought it was going to be cloudy, and then I come out and obviously the sun comes out. Bastard sun. Oh, and I've got an olive tree. And talking of fails, I snapped one of the branches and I tried to tie it up with string, but I thought maybe it would be like a graft and it would save it. Yeah, it didn't save it. So that was a fail. But yeah, I'm gonna put these in. Oh, I just love the like pink, warm pink colour, and then we really liked the one with the white tips. Gonna put those in. Oh, it's gonna be so pretty. But yeah, I'm mostly happy. I'm hoping the roses will take off a lot more next year. Obviously the rose at the back is massive, but this is the garden in summer on some random day in September. I can't remember the date. I've got no idea what's going on. But it's all around very pretty. I mean, this bed I'm still really happy with. So yep, 20 minutes, not too bad. Could have been faster, I could have shut up earlier. I hope you like the garden, and I'll probably take another tour at some point towards winter, but then we're waiting for next year now to see what will have grown massive and what will change. Okay, bye friends.